We're going.
We're go. Alright, so our background game this time is Civ 6. And he just started the game, and the tech tree came up, and I'm reading them, and I've barely played this game at all, and I look up at it, and I'm just like, oh, you definitely should get animal husbandry. How are your people going to survive if they can't marry animals?
Exactly what I wanted to hear.
Alright.
We're back. Part 3, the final part.
The final.
We're here to talk about it. And you're here to listen to it and comment about it and tell us we're wrong. Because we are.
We usually are. We just like to have our own fun. Oh my god, bandits.
Let's not focus on this.
Oh, sorry. They can't see that. Not this time. Alright, so we left off with...
we finished up Mifune
and Hanzo. Yeah, one of them had a sharper sword.
Yeah.
But the Naruto and Killer Bee versus Itachi and Nagato, this is like just before real Naruto and Bee got to the big battle war. Like, because he sent out a bunch of shadow clones, but this was the real him.
Yeah. And then, so like the whole thing like went down where he's just like, ooh, Itachi, you here?
Hey, dude, what's up? You here? And Itachi,
you were really strong. Why are you here? He's like, who's that white-haired guy over there? Oh, that's Nagato.
It's like, oh, he looks way different from the last time I saw him when he was all pruny.
And had, like, bars lanced out of his back. Like,
oh, man, he's about to lay out some sick bars. Like,
but anyway.
Okay. So, it was, like, literally, I don't think if any other people ran into that group, Itachi, and, like, reanimated Itachi Nagato,
Kabuto had a good plan there, honestly, like, no one could kill those two. There's no way, like, full-on Susanoo, well, I don't think Itachi had, like, the ultimate Susanoo, but he had a pretty good one with, like, the sealing sword. But
anything I touch with this sword gets sealed. That's just an
plot
ultimate
device.
That's just an ultimate hack weapon of just like, oh, here, let me touch you with this sword, and you're sealed. Like Orochimaru coming out of Sasuke that one time.
Yeah.
Itachi's just like, I ain't having this.
I like how you say that one time because it happens multiple times where Orochimaru has to come out of Sasuke and like become alive again. That's actually hilarious.
Okay, but for a good bit of time, they were getting bodied by Nagato because
Killer Bee put up some moves trying to fight and like he threw out the swords. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," and then they're just like, "Nah, we're too strong right now."
Yeah, it is like Nagato. I think it was different when like they were all split up.
Yeah,
because like they were like, "Oh, this one does this one does this," and like they're both getting like surprised and kind of bodied when they're just like, oh crap, he can use all of them at once whenever he wants.
He's not split up into multiple people. What the fuck am I gonna do?
And it's just like I always thought it was so weird how that one side just like gets missiles, rockets, and laser beams.
Yeah.
Like...
But like Killer Bee, I think it was Itachi versus Killer Bee in the beginning.
Yeah, Naruto was trying.
Honestly, Killer Bee put up a good fight until Itachi was like, we're pretty even in like taijutsu and weaponry. Let me use my actual jutsu and strong powers. And then Killer Bee's just like, I don't stand a fucking chance.
Help. Help. And then eventually, it's like, and it's weird because I know it's because Itachi is baller as shit, but like, if he's under complete control by Kabuto, how does he trick the jutsu into like, all right, yeah, I need to use the crow eye to go against Kabuto. How is his programming able to do that?
How I saw it was like Kabuto set them to auto attack anything they come near, and then he realized, oh shit, Itachi's pretty strong. Let me manually control this man. But like, it's not like a manual control where it's like he's controlling his movements. He's just like, okay, use attack, attack, attack.
Yeah.
But like, Itachi's like, okay, this is my strongest attack. Do you want me to use my strongest attack, Kabuto? And then,
oh, you have a stronger jutsu? It's like, yeah, it's real strong. I use it on myself. That's how strong it is.
But then he pulls out the crow, if you guys don't know, and he's like, it has a Shisui's eye in it from when Danzo murdered him.
Yeah.
Assisted suicide.
It was straight up murder.
And then he used the Kodo Matsukami on himself, which he was.
Shisui Uchiha didn't kill himself.
Fucking Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my god.
Love it, actually.
But yeah, he got that. That's what he did with the eye.
Yeah, he used it on himself to like put himself into like protect the Leaf Village at all costs mode, which he was gonna use on Sasuke because Sasuke's a little bitch. But he's like, I'll trust Naruto because I don't want to murder Naruto right now.
Yeah, we're buds.
Yeah, and then it basically was over at that point because then he's just like, okay, I have free reign right now, and I'm a Thurasu on Nagato.
And then he absorbed it, and then they were just like, shit, we're gonna actually have to fight this dude.
But then all he did was Sealing Sword, and he wins. Like,
yeah, I mean, they did have to fight the what was it? The big old rock. I always forget. Chibaku Tensei. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They had to beat the Chibaku Tensei.
I mean, that was just beads, Rasen Shuriken, and Bijudama.
Sure, they just blew it up.
I love how Itachi's strongest range jutsu is beads. Yeet.
Take these beads, my dude.
Fucking at Coachella chucking beads at girls.
Okay, so...
But then, yeah, Sealing Sword, and they won.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
And then they were able to get to the battle. The real war. And I also want to note this for future reference, because the fight we're about to get into, one of the most masterfully done in the series. But,
honestly, yeah.
But, like, the Naruto that is there at this location for this battle was a shadow clone.
Yeah.
And the amount of shit that this shadow clone was able to do, like, the shadow clone made another, like, 100 or so clones of himself.
So we're talking about Madara versus Shinobi Alliance, just to get you guys on the same page, right?
So, like, this is right when we see the real
You know how, like, when you summon a shadow clone in the Naruto world, the shadow clone does stuff and then it disappears and you get all that experience back.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine, like, when that shadow clone died and went back to Naruto, Naruto's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
you did all this?
God damn.
Because this shadow clone 1v1'd or not 1v1'd, I guess, but fought the reanimated Raikage.
He murdered the reanimated Raikage.
Yeah,
like,
but
pretty hard.
Fought him as a shadow clone. So, like, the shadow clone.
He also beat up like 10,000 white Zetsus on his way there, just by touching them. Like, chakra nature, chakra nature, chakra nature. That's
just
it.
Like, oh, you thought you was good at hiding? Nah. But Madara,
like, when he appeared,
the showcase,
like, that was the first time we ever saw Madara besides the Final Valley statues in, like, original Naruto, which we didn't know who that was at the time. We're just like,
only ever heard stories.
Like, I knew it was always the first Hokage was on the like one of the statues. I'm just like, who's this other guy? Is that the second Hokage? And then I learned what the second Hokage looks like, and I'm just like, who is this? Like, when I was little, I collected those the Naruto cards, the trading cards.
Okay.
And, like, Madara was never a card. Like, and I was just like, is it the fourth Hokage? Because he's got, like, kind of the same hair, you know? But, like, I'm just like, why is this statue here? And, like, this is, like, the first real moment. And they're just like, this is Madara. And this is why he's a big deal. And they proved it, man. Like, he popped off. He's just like...
He was, he was just showing everybody that they stood no chance whatsoever.
Like, the way they did it, too, was just like, okay, he jumps in, right? He uses taijutsu. He beats up, like, thousands. Yeah, and then he gets a weapon.
Oh, yeah. And then he gets a weapon. And then, like, he's just bodying more people. And then he whips out the biggest single fire jutsu we've ever seen any individual use. Like,
to be fair, he was
bad.
reanimated, had infinite chakra supply, but still, like,
that's big fire. Just like
before, like, what did we see? Like, Sasuke shoot those 3 demon fireballs in the sky.
Yep, and then there was Amaterasu.
Maybe the third Hokage using his like ash explosion, or Jiraiya's toad flame bomb on Pain.
Okay,
that was pretty big,
but nothing. I forget even what it was called. Some kind of majestic destroyer flame, probably.
It was something like that.
But a single soldier completely, like, brought despair to everyone. And then
they had to have, like, an army of, like, water users create a wall of water.
Just to block.
It lost.
Yeah.
Against the fire.
It was, like, it played right into Madara's hands. And by the way, like, throughout the whole fight, you can clearly see that Madara is just a fight genius.
He was just testing his limits, too. Like, he was like, okay, like, let's see how strong I am. Let's physical, like, oh, I'm top form right now. How much chakra do I have right now?
Like, big-ass fire.
He's like, yep. All right, well, in real life, I was never able to do this, but now that I am at my top prime, I have, like, this weird-ass Rinnegan, which isn't a real Rinnegan for some reason. Because he probably was confused about that, too.
I mean, but at least he knew kinda about how to use it.
Yeah, and he was just like, alright, let's summon this meteor.
Oh no, I wanted to get to the meteor last, because, like, that's some shit. But, like, throughout the whole fight, he's just pulling out more and more.
He's getting, like, building up and building up.
Yeah, it's like all of Dragon Ball Z in kind of, like, one little short span of, like, oh, they just got a new form, he got stronger. Oh, they got a new form, he got stronger. Oh, they got a new form. But it was, like...
It was all in the span of, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah. So it's like, he's pulling out his better Sharingan. He's just like keep growing, and then he's pulling out the Rinnegan, and then he's got his Susanoo, and like and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and nobody can do anything. Like Tamari comes in and like hits him with one air spell, and she's like, "Don't underestimate us." It's like, Tamari. He slaughtered, like, everyone, and you slapped him with one thing of wind? It's a thing you can't see coming at you? Wind? Wow, you hit him with wind, an invisible attack, and you're say,
she was the first shinobi to, like, hurt Madara in the... Not hurt, but, like... Hit Madara in that fight, and she did survive.
I mean, I guess...
Technically.
I also, anytime I talk about this fight, there's always one scene I have to talk about. When this random shinobi dude, throws the bomb kunai at him, and Madara sees it, looks away, kills some dude, looks back at the knife, grabs it, takes the bomb off of it, puts it on someone else, yeets that dude, throws the knife back at the dude that threw it, and just like... a beautiful symphony of destruction. Like, they didn't stand a fucking chance.
He killed, like, 10 people with one bomb kunai. But, like, in different directions.
Oh, I also liked when, like, it's just fast-paced kind of taijutsu combat, and then that one guy, for whatever reason, he's just, like, genjutsu real quick, and then he kills him. Like, there was no need.
He put the fear of God in that man.
Exactly. He's just like, you think you're gonna touch me with those slow movements?
But do you think if he didn't use the genjutsu, that guy would have?
Absolutely not. I think Madara was literally having fun. Because he was like, these guys are legit peons. Like, none of them can even get close.
They're actual trash right now.
It's like, when are you guys going to stop sending this fodder at me?
But then, yeah, he summons the meteor at that point.
And so then, it's like, they work so hard, so many people immediately go into despair. A lot of them just give up. Like, they're like,
even the third Tsuchikage is just like, what?
What are we gonna do about
this? That's not fair.
Like,
this is actual cheating.
It's like, I have matter deletion jutsu, and it's not as big as bullshit as whatever I'm looking at.
I will say, like, he can make a huge matter, like, deletion cube,
but not that big.
Like it would get close, honestly, because like we saw, if you guys have kept up in Boruto, the Tsuchikage uses a really big one, but like, man, I don't think he could ever delete that meteor.
No, and then it's like they pour all of their resources they have left into stopping it. Even Gaara is like, oh, with how much
he's
sand.
Like summoning the entire earth to pick this rock up.
He's just like, oh my god, sand!
And like, props to the Tsuchikage, because I don't think Gaara did much. I think Naruto did 0. And then I think the Tsuchikage lifted 2 meteorites by himself as a 100-year-old man.
But it's like, imagine if Naruto had the QB cloak at that point, because he didn't. I think he would have been easy for him to just like grow into the huge thing and like grab it out of the air. At least like move it away. Yeah, or like, you know, tailed beast bomb, which he didn't really have all that much control over.
No, he didn't have that yet.
But that was okay. But yeah, Madara, he slaughtered him.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely and entirely. Oh, this is probably when the 5 Kage come in, right? Because, like, he completely devastates the area. Yeah. Everybody's dead.
Yeah, because Tsuchikage and Gaara are already there. And then something, I forget what happens near the end of that fight, but something makes that clone Naruto disappear. I know Naruto gets a nice Rasengan on Madara. Remember that? He uses like an Odama Rasengan straight down on him.
Oh, that's when he pulls out the... I think that's when he pulls out
the Mega Susanoo.
No, yeah, the Susanoo is just like, you fucking what, mate? Like,
and then Naruto's like, that's bigger than Sasuke's. That's a lot bigger than Sasuke's.
Okay. So, yeah, Madara completely bodied the Shinobi Alliance. And then next on our list, which this is a very interesting one, Itachi and Sasuke.
On the other side of the battlefield.
Yeah, like on another important thing going on.
Props to the writer, because like he did a great job like sequencing out these fights and like showing you how much shit is actually going on in this entire world, and like you know, it's pretty good.
So it's like Sasuke's like last moment with his bro.
Oh yeah.
But I thought like if they didn't buff up Kabuto the way that they like, if it was just regular Kabuto,
Kabuto would have gotten murdered.
Yeah,
by just Sasuke.
Yeah, regular Kabuto would have gotten completely bodied. But it's like
that's why Sasuke didn't kill him when he killed Orochimaru the first time.
Yeah.
He's just like, this guy ain't no threat.
But it's like, they buffed him up in all of the right ways to be able to make it a fight and not just, oh, you're fighting 2 Uchiha, you're just a regular white dude. Like,
sorry, bro, you're about to die hard.
Yeah. So, like, you know, he could see without having his eyes open.
Yeah, he actually had full Sage mode, and he, like, could control nature while in a cave. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like they gave him everything that they needed. But, of course, they won with Uchiha Sharingan hacks.
It's like that... If they had explained that jutsu before, in like a past, like, maybe 50 episodes ago, I would be like, it's believable. That's pretty cool.
Well, I mean...
But the fact that they whipped it out for that fight only is kind of bullshit. I guess they do use it later. But...
I will say that the only problem I don't see with it is that they did explain the other eye effect, the one that Danzo was using a bunch.
Yeah.
So like they explained that one, and so it does make sense when Itachi's like, yeah, this was created to like counter that. And so it's like, you know, so it makes sense. It's just like, it would be one of those things, because like, Itachi probably knew that Sasuke knew about it, because he's like, oh, you fought Danzo? Danzo used that bullshit. So like, that would be one of those things of just like,
maybe that's why Itachi didn't try to murder Danzo. Maybe he knew about all the Sharingan he got implanted, and he's like, this fucker probably has Izanami. Or Izanagi. I don't know the difference if I just say it.
I can't remember which one, but it was like the one to counter it. I don't think Itachi wanted Sasuke to know.
I don't think anybody really knowed about it.
like
knew about it.
I just think he didn't want Sasuke to know about it because like in case Sasuke knew how to use that jutsu, that as long as he was alive, he could still counter him.
Okay.
But it's like he used it at the time that he's just like, well, if I don't do this, we're all gonna die. Like everything's gonna be lost.
And like honestly, Itachi's reanimated body, it wasn't even his Sharingan, so it's not like he was like ruining his Mangekyous, you know?
Yeah.
It was just some random pair that Kabuto had put inside of Itachi that, like, he was able to use his Mangekyo abilities, but...
Because it was the reanimation bullshit.
Yeah, but, like, Sasuke had Itachi's eyes, so that he had the perfect whatever.
Mm-hmm. And I also thought it was really kind of freaky weird how, like, Kabuto could have the, have his old buddies just kind of, like, morph out of him and use their powers.
That was really weird, honestly, but they did explain, like, he injected their DNA, so technically with, like, the Earth control or whatever, like, his Sage chakra, he could, like, separate and use it.
Sure.
They weren't strong. Like, they didn't change the fight.
But something that I will say that was interesting is there was not very many fights at all that were beaten by Genjutsu. Like, how many total fights? It was just like, oh, we beat him with Genjutsu. It's like, there's usually, oh, I punched him in the face really hard, or I hit him really hard with this Rasengan.
Right, yeah, I detonated the earth itself onto them.
Yeah, but it's like, not very many fights. You're just like, yeah, we used Genjutsu.
Yeah, I feel that. That's pretty good.
So, like, that was an interesting one. But it also made it, like, not, like, cheap. But it was like, okay, so you use Genjutsu, you use mind control to win.
But, like, it was it's an interesting jutsu that you can't really, like, fake your way out of either. Because, like, if you guys don't know, I want to say it's Izanagi that is the counter jutsu. And it puts you into, like, a loop of, what do I want to say? It's like, you're stuck in a loop until you change your entire...
Reflect on yourself.
Yeah, but you have to change your entire being. You cannot be the person that you are.
Yeah.
In order to escape it, which fucking sucks, but, like... I mean, it's a good loophole to, like, make Kabuto good again.
Yeah.
Which he comes back later, and he literally saves the entire universe, so...
Just a little bit, yeah.
The fact that Itachi didn't murder his ass... Which, I don't get why Naruto, or, like, Sasuke and Itachi didn't just, Amaterasu from different sides.
Oh, they needed him alive.
Oh, to stop the reanimation,
yeah, stop
that's
the reanimation jutsu. Did you forget about that?
Yeah.
That's, like, the only
completely forgot about that.
They just wanted to go fuck up Kabuto. Just like, hey, we know this war is going on. We got some beef. We got some beef we gotta handle first. Like, this bitch over here, like, he been causing problems. He been talking shit.
About to roll up on your crib, Kabuto.
So I heard you was talking shit about the Uchiha. So we the last ones left. What you gotta say now? Like,
Obito's just like, I'm still over here, guys.
We got bigger things to do, and like Madara just teleports over real quick. It's like, oh, he's talking shit about the Uchiha. I'll be back for you, and just like teleports away.
Yeah. Do you think like Kabuto had full control over Madara?
Or do you think Madara he was just wanted him to believe he did?
Okay.
Because like just like with Hashirama, with being reanimated.
I think we talked about that last episode.
Yeah, Hashirama being reanimated by Orochimaru. Orochimaru was just like, okay, so I've got you under control. You're trying to fight it. You could break out. Holy crap! I have no power over you. You could destroy all of us right now. I am afraid, but I am not gonna let anybody know that.
And then he's just looking out a window like, oh, it's really nice out, guys.
Like, oh, it looks real cool. Oh, you guys see those flowers over there? And there's Tobirama just like, I will break out of here. And Hashirama's just like, dude, chill. If I wanted to break us out, I would. Let's just see what's going on.
The most chill motherfucker in the entire Naruto series.
And then there's
he got summoned by like a known villain.
Yeah.
And he's just like, alright, let's see what happens.
He's just like, oh, he's looking at him, he's like, yeah, he's not powerful enough to do anything about it, so I just want to see what we can do. And then there's And then there's Madara, who was just like, oh shit, I'm not, the reanimation's breaking, let me say no! And like, nah, I am going to live. He does a jutsu and it's just like, oh, okay, he's still alive.
He did the reanimation jutsu on himself, which would kill himself, but it revives him at the same time, which is bullshit!
Like, that's more bullshit than when Orochimaru gets cut in half by Naruto and then just kind of snakes his body back together.
Snakes his body.
I mean, that's really what... Some snakes come out from the bottom half
That's
and the top
Orochimaru's
half.
entire plot is like,
Snakes.
I'm not that strong, but I'm a snake.
What you gonna do against snakes? Okay, but to continue with the list, let's see. Itachi and Sasuke... body Kabuto, Genjutsu him out.
And then Kakashi versus
Obito. That
was a heartbreaking fight because
just a little bit.
It was a lot of context because they talked for about 3 episodes.
Oh my god!
But at the same time, they were fighting the entire time, just hand-to-hand combat. They were doing like the
little bit of jutsus.
It was like the with like the hand sign, the
unison sign.
Yeah, the unison sign fight like Naruto and Sasuke had, and then like Kakashi and Obito and their little boys. It was like a heartfelt moment, but at the same time, they were just beating the shit out of each other.
They were just throwing hands. They
And
were just like, all right, we got some unfinished business we gotta handle. Like
Kakashi was not even holding back. Like, I'm gonna try and murder you, Obito, because you fucked this up.
Yeah, it was like, thank
you could have been a good guy, Anakin. Why'd you have to take the low ground?
Don't try it. And and they fight for a bit, and
he does like the, oh, Kakashi, I got nothing in my heart. Let me prove it to you. Use your strongest jutsu. I mean, your lightning blade.
But I'd also like to say that moment, you do know that Obito wanted him to hit him in the heart.
Yeah, because like
Madara somehow had that heart betrayal jutsu.
Before he died in real life, like going back 20 years, like Madara puts a curse on Obito's heart when he reconstructed him to be the perfect pawn, and then it murders Obito if he betrays Madara, which I don't know. Like, what are the stipulations on that jutsu? Like, what if he doesn't pick him up for like dinner one night and like crushes his heart?
Betrayal.
Like, I feel like that's a little like, what if he didn't, like, he's like, oh shit, I'm Obito at one point, and like instead of saying I'm Madara, I don't know.
Is
that betrayal?
I don't know how. I don't know the argument of semantics on this heart killing jutsu.
Heart deletion jutsu.
Heart deletion.
What's your specialty jutsu? Heart deletion. It's like, what?
You just like, see how I have your heart and it's gone. Okay, so they just like kind of beat the crap out of each other for a while, and like Obito's losing, and he's just like, you know what, screw this, and just yeets Kakashi out of the dimension. Yeah, because he's losing like a bitch.
I mean, yeah, and then there's just basically the end of the fight, and then Obito's just like, let's go back and get this.
Mm-hmm. And then he starts doing stuff to absorb the Jubi, but before he can do that,
cut to the other half of the battlefield.
Yeah, cut to the other side of the battlefield where things are not going so hot.
Back on the Madara side.
Madara versus the 5 Kage. I am so sorry, Kage. You were Madara's plaything.
I'm sorry for the Tsuchikage, because he has had the roughest of anyone in this war. Like, he has been fighting since the very beginning, because he had the 4 other Kage he had to fight before this. Yeah. And he had to fight a giant-ass meteor. 2 meteors. And then all his friends leave except for Gaara. And then this guy shows up. And he's just like, okay.
Can I have a nap? I just need a nap. Like, I need to take a break.
Get some pills for my fucking back.
Yeah. But they're like...
And then Madara's just like, let's fight. But, wait a second. Let me make a clone for each of you. Oh, wait. You guys are pretty good. I'll give you 5 clones each. Oh, Do you want me to use Susanoo
Sano,
on
their own individual Susanos? Like, there's overkill, and then there's that bullshit.
Well, wouldn't you do the exact same thing when you realized, hey, I have infinite chakra, I'm good at making clones, and I also have this unbeatable armored jutsu that also murders.
That whole battle was pretty funny because most of the time it would the camera would shift over to other things happening, and anytime it would go back, it would just be like a deadpan cut to somebody just leaned over something, just looking like they fucking dead. It's just complete jump cut to, and Tsunade's down.
She was ripped in half, bruh. I'm sorry, she should not be alive after that.
Maybe.
She should have bled out instantly.
Yep, and then at the end of the fight when Madara's like, okay, you know what? I've been having a lot of fun. I guess I'll take this a little seriously. Perfect, Susanoo, what y'all gonna do? They're all looking up oh my god.
It wasn't his final form.
It wasn't, though.
Yeah, honestly, though, they did have which is the third Raikage, have him break one of the Susanos. Or he cracked one at one point, I remember. Because they did the thunder drop where he puts on his armor, he does the lariat straight down, and then Tsuchikage makes him 10 times heavier. And that cracks the Susanoo.
Crack wasn't good enough.
No.
Don't do crack, kids.
But yeah, that was complete annihilation of the strongest, quote unquote, the strongest shinobi in the lands.
Yeah, it's like watching Overlord when you're just he's a bad guy and he's doing bad things, but it's you still want him to win. There's not a few moments where you want the bad guy to win in Naruto, but you're just how are they gonna beat him? I actually want to see them try and beat him, but they can't. They can't too.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even brought back yet.
Yeah, that was still reanimated, and then after that, he's just oh no, I'm being undone. Reanimation jutsu on myself, but I die and I come back to life.
No, I just mean when he gets fully reanimated.
Oh yeah.
But later, we'll talk about whatever crazy bullshit that is. So, Jubito... cut back to the other battlefield. Obito has absorbed the Ten Tails, and he's kind of in his not perfect form. He's still kind of unfringed, I guess.
Oh yeah, he's phasing, bro. He's tweaking.
He's tweaking. And they try real hard.
Honestly, Naruto and Sasuke, they did well, honestly. Against a Jinchuriki of the Jubi.
Yeah, but he was not really in full control of his power, not really even at full power, still freaking out. They still beat him with Talk no Jutsu.
A little bit, but I still love that moment when he's really fat and he's got the big body, and then he explodes and he's up in the air and he's got that chrysalis thing on his face. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he pulls it off and he's the perfect form.
Okay.
And he's got the black sword and he's I'm about to murder you fools. That was one of the best entrance, not entrances, but explosion of new characters.
Yeah.
Besides Madara.
And wasn't this, I think during this fight, Naruto and Sasuke did the whole Susanoo cloaked QB chakra mode thing.
And then they had the Susanoo sword, and they stabbed Jubito's.
They were battling between the swords, and it was this sword is as strong as my will, and it's Naruto's well, yeah, that's how mine is too. So let me break yours. My will is stronger, and then they get into the will of fire bullshit.
Yeah, that was weird.
And I know at one point, doesn't Naruto get a whole bunch of his other classmates in the tails, and they all have Rasengans, and it they're supposed to crush, but he does the little orb circle, so he's fine.
I think that was against the Madara version.
Was it?
I don't know.
I just know that he does that.
That was pretty cool, yeah, where he had each of his teammates clearly not the strongest shinobi there, but like he's like, I'll give you all a Rasengan.
He's just like, I just need somebody with a hand.
Yeah,
really.
like I can't move the Rasengan. Like, he probably could have like he formed the Rasengan in the tail. Like why couldn't you just chuck the tail like at them? Like you're having your friends go in against the Jubi. Like it's
Friend shield.
Why would you do that, Naruto?
F is for friends that do stuff together.
Chuck them at the Jubi.
Okay.
But yeah.
So they kind of win, but they really don't because it's like talk no jutsu and
they get the
and Madara.
Oh, that's when they're pulling it. Yeah, it was against Obito because remember they're having like the whole tug of war fight.
Yeah.
And Gaara's like, "I'll save you, Shukaku," and Shukaku's like, "Who are you again? Oh, Gaara.
Oh, little bitch boy.
Didn't you try to murder a bunch of people with my powers?"
That was you, right?
But yeah, they pull it like a few things out of him.
Yeah, and then Madara does. I think Madara. I can't exactly remember. I just know Madara does some bullshit because then he becomes the Jinchuriki like really short afterwards. That was when Madara murders Sasuke, right? He goes over to that side of the battlefield. But that's after Black Zetsu. So I think they get the Jinchuriki out, or they get the
they
tailed
pull
beast
most of it out of
Obito, and then the talk no jutsu's him, and Obito wants to use the Rene Rebirth on the people, and that's when Black Zetsu is like, "No, you will use it on Madara only."
But then he's like doing like the whole resist thing. And he's like,
for a while.
I can't. Yeah, it was honestly for a long time.
He survived way too long. Not only after having the tailed beast ripped out of him, which that's supposed to kill you.
Yeah.
And then the Rene Rebirth. He did too many things of like, oh, if you do this, you die. It's like, what, is he gonna open the 8th gate next? And just like, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna die now.
Honestly, we'll talk about this later, but I thought Madara was gonna pull out the 8th gate. Like honestly. But that, like, at the same time that Naruto was doing the whole tug of war, Sasuke was fighting Madara. And, like, rebirthed Madara. Because they beat Obito, and then they split up at some point for some reason. And then Sasuke was fighting reanimated. Not reanimated, but, like, alive again. Alive again, Madara. He's like,
Reborn.
I can bleed now. Look, stab me. You don't hurt, bitch.
But, like...
And then he has, like, the fucking first Hokage
Yeah, so
genes.
it's like, he's got Sage Mode on, but he's got no eyes. Remember, he's got no eyes. And he bodies Tobirama. He bodies...
Sasuke.
Hashirama, but it's the reanimated one.
Yeah.
And Sasuke without any eyes. He can't see. He can only sense with Sage Mode.
But still, that's like perfect sense, according to Naruto.
But he can't see. I'm talking if you can
like,
see.
It's the same as I think when Naruto fought Madara's shadow. You know, his Rinnegan ability. We'll talk about that, but like the dude can't see. I get senses, but it's like Naruto was at least able to see and sense. He couldn't see the shade.
He couldn't see it, but like with everything else, he could see. I don't think you understand how powerful sight is.
Alright. But yeah, no, it was pretty cool seeing him like alive and like I can use Sage Mode now, but like yeah, because apparently Sage Mode only works on living things, which makes sense because it's like the
nature
the
chakra.
Power of living, you know.
And then Madara's like, oh, all 9-tailed beasts? Yeah, I'll fight you. Mm-hmm. Just one by one. Just kind of smacks them all down.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you want to fire tailed beast? But get that shit out of here.
And then he's like, Geto Statue no Jutsu, which is apparently a jutsu all the bad guys know.
Yeah, they can all just summon that thing.
Like, wouldn't you guys have to, like, don't you have to make a blood pact with something in order to summon it? And, like, they all can summon it. Like,
yeah, for whatever reason, just to make it easy.
But, then he, like, rips the tailed beast, sadly, out of Naruto.
Yeah.
Which, that was a rough moment.
it was kind of rough.
Naruto died.
And it's
he straight up died.
Yeah, he was dying. And then this is something that, like, you know, this is the thing that what's her name? Sakura. Yeah, this is the
one thing she did in the entire series.
She, like, you know, cuts him open and, like, keeps his heart beating with her own hand.
I mean, she was using the healing jutsu at the same time.
Healing, but also having her hand in his chest cavity, pumping his heart.
But hey, Naruto finally got to make out with Sakura. Hey.
Sure. And then, like, Gaara didn't really want to say anything, but, like, he kept looking over there. It's like, shit, she's fucking hardcore. Like,
she just ripped open Naruto's chest.
But yeah, so Madara becomes the Jinchuriki, 6 Paths Madara, and one of the...
Everyone was just like, it's over, right?
Yeah, like one by one, these little skirmishes with Madara, like they were trying to hold him off, but he was just absolutely just smacking him. Like they had this one coordinated plan of like, well, we'll attack him from multiple angles so that we can get the Kamui off.
Honestly, props to the 4th Hokage. Like, he did not give up at all. Like, he had the Naruto spirit where like, we're gonna beat this guy, guys, and Kakashi's just like, you see him, right?
He's like, you have no arms, and he's like, that ain't gonna stop me. Like
that whole time, just like the Hokage not having any arms and still being like, let's kill this dude.
He's like, I got this. Picks up a kunai with his fucking mouth.
Kakashi's like, we all gonna die because this fucker right here.
He's playing around with no arms. It's like, just because you can't feel pain doesn't mean I can't, you asshole.
Yeah, that exactly, actually. I still don't like how, like, he couldn't grow his arms back. Was that just a plot thing?
It was because the sage chakra, or the nature chakra,
it was not, because Obito used it on him, right? A while ago. And broke both of his arms. And, like, there's like, oh, it doesn't grow back. But also the 3rd Hokage ripped his entire top body off, and he grew back.
It just takes
just like,
a while.
4th Hokage, you don't get your arms, but 3rd Hokage, you can come back full.
It takes a while.
Bro, he deleted the 3rd Hokage, and then you're just like,
yeah,
he'll be fine, don't worry.
He'll be fine,
and
he's
then,
reanimated.
But then they're just like, 4th Hokage, oh man, your arm fell off? Careful. It's not going to grow back because it was nature chakra. And then we look over at the 3rd Hokage slowly reanimating. We're like, what about him, though?
What about that dude, though? Yeah. Like, his whole body gone, but he can't get his arms back.
2nd Hokage got stabbed a bunch, too. He's okay.
Yeah. Okay. But, guy, strongest shinobi in the world.
Universe.
Like, if Madara didn't have 10
any of
tails,
the Otsutsuki clan, no one can stand against the 8th gate.
Do you think 8th gate guy would have been able to beat Momoshiki?
Yes.
Yes?
Easily.
Easy?
Boruto beat him.
Well, Boruto had plot armor, he had plot jutsu.
He also had all of Naruto's chakra in a single Rasengan.
Yeah, and, like, you know, Sasuke... Which, we'll talk about that one in a bit, that fight, but he also had Sasuke.
It is my favorite fight because we get to see Guy do something, besides fighting Kisame.
Yeah.
That is like, okay, he's got the 8th gate, or the 7th gate, I mean, and he basically, like, 1v1 the strongest Akatsuki member, chakra-wise, because he was, like, known as, like, the zero-tailed beast because he had so much chakra and he could steal chakra. Mm-hmm. But Guy's like, I don't got chakra. What's up? Yeah. But apparently he does because all his moves are like chakra, but they're just punches at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. But
yeah,
it was hype city.
Because like he threw out that first punch and we're just like, that was not a punch. That was a cone attack.
That was definitely it's not a laser beam yet, but it's close. God damn it!
And Madara's just like, oh, that's strong.
That hurt.
If I get hit with, if I physically get hit with his fist, that's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
And then he got hit with 5 of those. He's like, I can't move.
Yeah, he's like, guy flying. I will just say, guy flying with just like running.
when you can kick the air hard enough to propel yourself, you can fly.
Just flying, getting those punches in from all angles, and Madara, like, he puts up the shield on one side, and he's like, oh, I'm kind of safe, and he's like, what? From another angle? And he's just, like, not able to move, like, his body is being pinned, he can't move at all.
And then he does the fucking 360, like, sphere around him, he's like, I'm safe, and then Kakashi's just like, wink.
Yep, he's just like, yeah, you're totally safe. Wink, and it just fucking disappeared. And like Madara's face, when he's just like, the guy is right there. Like,
but he throws the orbs, like that whole scene where he throws the orbs. Lee chucks the kunai.
Yep.
And before the guy, he's like, "I'm gonna die for you, bro."
He's just like, I got no arms, but I can still do everything.
Bye.
And then
Fourth Hokage carried that fight.
Yeah,
though. Like they would have all died without the fourth Hokage.
Exactly. And then Madara's face, he's just like, I'm about to fucking die, and takes, I think he takes a punch.
Yeah.
Just one punch, and immediately gets flung, like breaks the other side of the thing, and just flies right out. Like,
yeah, and like impacts into the tree, and he's just like, "Ow, that hurt! You gonna try and kill me? Let's go."
And then
anything stronger?
Yeah, and then Madara's like, "All right, bring it, dude. I acknowledge you as the strongest." And
no, he didn't say that yet. It was when he's like, "You got anything stronger? Let's fight for real.
Oh, and
let's
he's
end
like,
this."
And he's
and the
like,
guy's like,
powering it up.
Let's do this. I'll do the one move that I can physically die from." And like he does that whole stance. We're just like, what's he doing? Like we've only seen him use Night Guy before, and that was his only jutsu, or not Night Guy, Hyodora.
Yeah.
And this was Night Guy, but like
and
he's
then
doing
he
that
used
stance,
Sekizo,
like,
and then it was just like, all right, let's do one more thing.
I got something stronger, and Lee's like, "You have what? You have
something
stronger? You never told me this."
And then,
but like, the balls on Guy to name his strongest move after himself.
Night Guy.
Like, props to him, man. Like, but like seriously, when you can run faster than space can keep up with you and to bend it.
Yeah, and that final attack, Madara, he puts his staff forward and he's like about to try and block it, and he looks at the staff and it like just kind of warps, and he's just like, "Oh my god, what is this?"
Literally showing Madara something new in a fight. Like he was just like, I'm actually, this will kill me. This could actually kill me.
And if he wasn't the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, it would have.
If he wasn't the Ten Tails, he would have been like completely erased. Honestly.
Yeah.
Because
just deleted.
Yep.
That's. And then again with the whole like scene cutting, so like everything was going on, it was focusing on other people, and then it just. To Guy, like, in his dead mode, like, turning to ash. It's just like, you're just like, how's Guy doing? And it's just like, and scene change to Guy, just dead on the ground.
Completely, like, burnt up ash.
Yes.
His foot starts disintegrating, and we cut away, because we don't care about him anymore.
Yeah, and then in comes Naruto. He's just like, oh, you dying, bro?
Well, they cut away for, like, 3 episodes while Naruto and Sasuke talk to, Hagoromo.
Yeah.
And then he cuts back and we're like, Naruto's here. Slap. And we're like, don't touch him! He's gonna disintegrate!
And they're just like, the hacks that he gets, though, is like, he stopped the effects of the 8 Gate with it. He created a new eye for Kakashi.
They never explained how he was doing these things.
I mean, he
was fucking Jesus at that point.
I mean, at all times, like, they kept talking about it, and, like, they're like, oh, the Sage in Six Paths, he's got, like, the power of God. And so maybe Naruto was like, if he split his power between me and Sasuke, maybe I have the power of God. And he's just like, can I do this? He's like, oh, yeah, I can do that. Can I do this? He's like, oh, yeah, I can do that. What can't I do?
Oh, my God. That's good.
I mean, it was pretty good. And then, like, Naruto and Sasuke legit coming back from the dead.
I mean, they had a little bit of help. Like, Obito gave him all the tailed, or like 3 of the tailed beasts. And Kabuto's like, let me give you my inside.
That was so gross watching that scene where it's like, he's trying to talk casually, but it's like, we can see that snake in his chest cavity pumping stuff in. Like, we can all see that. What are you doing? You're not being sneaky at all. You're like pumping stuff into his body.
It's like one of those like pornos where like the 2 people are actually having sex in front of the parent, and they're just like, "Hey, what's up?" And like,
you guys want the eggs?
The parent's just like completely oblivious to what's happening.
I couldn't do that kind of acting. I would have to giggle. Like, it's just like,
Jesus. But yeah, they back. And then Naruto shows up. When he kicks that truth seeker orb though, we're just like, he couldn't do that before. This cool now.
It's like, aren't you not supposed to touch those things?
Yeah.
And then like he shows up just like
Hokage's like, how come he gets his leg? I don't get my arms.
And then like he starts fighting with Madara, and Madara's like, dude, you're coming at me in base form. What the fuck do you think? And he starts slapping Madara on the lip. He's like, hey, what the? You're different from before. What's that dot on your hand? What are you doing?
He was actually a threat to Madara in just normal form, honestly. Can you imagine adult Naruto versus Madara at that
adult
point?
Naruto would have been able to beat him, I think.
Easily, honestly.
I mean, but that's with all of the other things that he had.
Yeah,
because
he would have had to have the 6 paths chakra, which adult Naruto technically still has.
He still has it.
Yeah.
He just don't use it. Like, he can still fly. He just doesn't.
Yeah.
I think he already stretches his chakra too thin, but
he never has like his full amount of chakra ever anymore in the Boruto series. Like, he's always using chakra to make clones or like keep himself awake, probably, because he's.
I can turn chakra into caffeine.
I'm gonna die soon.
Okay, but Naruto and Sasuke fighting 6 Paths Madara.
Yeah.
It was kind of a bitch fight for a while. Madara was running away.
Yeah.
They were chasing him.
That was the first time we saw
back
like
and forth.
We saw Madara just like, what are you doing, Madara? You're not fighting anymore. You're just you're running. You're like defending.
It kind of seemed like a floundering because it was like they didn't want to make it seem like, oh, they could beat him, but Madara was like, oh, I just need to buy time for a big old moon thing.
Yeah.
And then I win.
But then like he sends out his Rinnegan clone, right?
Oh yeah.
Which is his Rinnegan ability, technically.
The Limbo clone.
The Limbo clone, which is basically just him that can't use chakra, but it's invisible and imperceptible by anyone.
Except for Sasuke could see them.
You need
and Naruto
6 paths chakra in order to either sense or see. And it's just like, literally only Naruto and Sasuke could beat that.
Yep.
And then they seal him with like the Shukaku Rasengan, which was kind of weird, but also cool.
Sure, yeah.
I wish Naruto did more with the Tail Beast Rasengans.
Yeah, it could have been better, but like, that was kind of a weird kind of battle. Like they were just kind of going back and forth a lot, not really doing a whole bunch of specific things.
Yeah.
There was so
I feel like Sasuke could have won very easily once he got there. Like if he just used Susanoo and Naruto grabbed Madara, they would have won.
There was an attack that Madara used where it was like, he shoots a little laser out of his finger.
Oh, that was like the lightning style.
It's like, there was like the speed of light and he dodged it, but it was like, is it really, or was it like he could see an attack coming and started dodging before
I think it was that.
Because it was like, I believe that they're fast. I believe that they're really fast. I'm talking like, I believe these ninjas are stupid, dumb fast.
Yeah.
I don't believe they're faster than the speed of light. I think the only thing faster than the speed of light are the 2 teleport jutsus, but that's because of the fundamental properties of teleportation.
2?
Okay, so there was Sasuke's switch teleportation, where he switches with something. I think that one might be instantaneous. And then the 4th Hokage's teleportation. I think those are the only 2
There's no
things.
Activation.
Because there's like,
also,
they're not moving the distance.
There is Shisui's teleportation.
That was the body flicker. That wasn't... He just was really good with the body flicker. That wasn't teleporting.
Are you sure?
I think they do go over that, yes.
Okay.
He just... Okay. Not a lot of ninja used it in combat because it takes a little bit of time. Like, you know, anytime that there's those scenes where it's like a Jonin comes in to give Kakashi, like, a briefing, and they make that hand sign and it looks like they teleport, that's just the body flicker. They're just moving really fast to get a boost out of there.
Yeah. I just... Shisui's my favorite character. I just wish they had more.
Yeah, they should have done more, but it's like Shisui was incredibly powerful. Imagine if they had Shisui, like, imagine if he didn't die and they had him in that final battle.
If fucking Itachi didn't use his eye on himself and he just used it on Madara. Or he used it on Kabuto and controlled Madara. Right?
I don't think Madara would have allowed that. I don't know if Kodo Matsukami would be strong enough to take Madara, but we don't know anything about his Genjutsu resistance.
I just think, well, Kodo Matsukami was said that it works on you without you knowing, so that means you cannot prevent it, right?
Sure, if you don't know what's happening, then I guess it's hard to defend against.
Yeah. Oh well, we're getting off topic.
Okay.
Let's finish this up.
Okay.
So after like the whole fight with Naruto and Sasuke versus Six Path Madara, Naruto cuts down the tree, right, with the big flaming Rasengan shuriken.
Yeah, it kind of it kind of goes around the tree. Yeah.
And then the tree falls, and Madara's like, "Oh, the tree is speaking to me now." Sorry, I spit.
And then he sucks up the tree.
Yeah, but it's actually Black Zetsu being like, "You gonna be my mommy now," which is exactly what happened.
Yeah. And then, you know, fucking
Kaguya is like, appears.
Yeah. It's because that was the only way they were going to kill Madara.
Yeah, honestly.
That was the only way.
But I do think Naruto and Sasuke could have beaten him. Small chance. It was possible.
With their Six Paths powers, probably.
Yes.
But some of the, like, the final boss abilities of Kaguya is just like, oh, dimension shift. Yeah. All of us. Yeah. Fall into lava. Die. And then they didn't fall into lava because Naruto can fly.
And then Kakashi's over there hanging by a fucking scroll. He's like, help! Help!
He's just like, there's lava everywhere. The scroll is not going to last long.
And Naruto's flying like, you good, Kakashi? Good. Okay. Sasuke, you good? Nope. Let me help you.
Yeah, and then, like, just going from dimension to dimension and the total... absolute bullshit that is, yeah, this is my gravity dimension, where it's just more gravity.
That was pretty cool, though, where they had, like, the whole, like, moment with Obito, and he's like, I'm a good guy now, and I'll help you out. Double Kamui!
Yeah, Obito flex on, like, the not dying and doing everything to, like,
yeah.
If we didn't have Obito right now, we'd be screwed.
Yeah.
Or I also liked the, when they were getting Sasuke back, and, like, the portal's closing, and Sasuke, like, switches with Sakura's jacket.
He could have totally just thrown Sakura into that dimension and been like, I'll get you later, don't worry.
Yeah, he
cut to, like, 5 years later. Alright, I figured out how to dimension travel, guys.
He could have switched places with Sakura, but, like, chose the jacket.
He's pretty skilled, because, like, he'd only done things that weren't touching other people before, you know? Like, he did, like, full Madara or, like,
actually,
just the sword.
She threw the jacket off because she got acid on it.
Oh, yeah, he was behind her. Okay.
But still, baller.
If she was wearing it, she would have been the one to go in, though.
It's like, I hate that jacket anyway. But, like, the reverse harem jutsu works.
Yeah, the ultimate jutsu to confound Kaguya. Like, I mean, she did come here to, like, settle down and, like, have a family, and she obviously married and had kids, so, like, she found dudes sexy. Naruto didn't know that, but he still whipped his dick out for the final boss.
Just lots of it, and then there's Sakura way in the back of just, like, that's not gonna fucking work. It worked! Like, what the hell?
But she was also like, oh my god!
Dicks!
And then they had the whole, like, triple punch thing, which was pretty cool, where Sakura just bashes her fucking head in.
Yeah, she does.
And then Naruto and Sasuke were like, clap!
High five!
On her face.
Alright.
But yeah, that was pretty cool how they had the whole seal going on. Mm-hmm. I liked it. It was pretty cool.
I do gotta say that Naruto wins the award for longest diversion battle. Because he was just like, I can't beat her alone, so let me just make a bunch of clones. And of course, like, it took her too long to find out that the real original Naruto was the one with the orbs floating around him. Because she was like, how am I going to find him? And, like, I imagine Black Zetsu was like, man, if I say this now, she'll think she's stupid. Let me wait for a bit. And it's just like later in the fight, she's like, how can I tell which one it is? It's like, well, I think it's that one with the orbs. But I'm just now figuring it out. Like,
but Naruto could also control the orbs and he put them behind like a clone.
Yeah.
So like,
I would have probably just like split up all the orbs to 5 different clones and then like not had an orb myself. Just to be like, oh, it's got to be one of the ones with the orbs, and it's not. And like each time, like you destroy one with an orb, it'll just go to a different clone.
He never used the orbs though. That's what I hate about Naruto. Is like,
remember, like Naruto kind of has a one-track mind.
Punch,
yeah, punch Rasengan, and so like
Rasengan is definitely just a punch jutsu.
It is a punch jutsu.
So like, yeah, I just feel like he could have used the orbs. One, when they were cut, they were stuck in that iceberg, right?
Yeah.
He could have just used the orbs to expand, right?
He probably could have. He's not good with the orbs. He just got the orbs like 20 minutes ago.
So Sasuke just got a Rinnegan and he's over here, teleport. Like, all Naruto has done is fly. That's it.
That flight's pretty impressive.
Sasuke's over here fucking Chibaku Tensei and teleporting and...
Also, the truth-seeking orb that Kaguya makes at the very end.
Oh, that fucking thing?
The, like, planet-annihilating...
Forgot about that, honestly.
Truth-seeking planet.
Yeah, the planet.
Like,
she makes a planet.
She makes a planet out of truth-seeking.
Like a moon.
Yeah, and she's just gonna destroy the dimension that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, they don't.
That's it.
And so, like, there's also some weird... That one weird bullshit thing I gotta bring up now is Heaven Obito giving well, fuck no, I forget Kakashi just is like just both Sharingan.
It's like Obito's like dying. He's like, alright, I'm gonna die. Oh wait, here Kakashi, let me haunt you real quick.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm dead. Like, let me give you some Uchiha ghost spirit. And he's like, not only did he have both Sharingan, he's like, oh, I know how to use the Susanoo now.
Immediately.
And it's a perfect Susanoo. And look at these hack kunai, these Kamui kunai that I have.
The Kamui kunai, it was cool. Like, cool as fuck.
It was cool as fuck, but out of the blue, out of nowhere, kind of ex machina, save everything.
I will say, I wish his Susanoo was a different color. Sadly, I wish it was like a blue, right?
They kind of look gray to me.
Was it gray? I don't remember now. I wanted it to be gray. Also, I wanted to see Shisui's green Susanoo, which is canon. So
it's canon.
I want a green Susanoo.
Green Susanoo.
But anyways, we're going a little bit over, but this will be the final episode, so let's talk about the final fight.
Pride and joy. The pride and joy of 500 episodes of Shippuden.
Shippuden, but...
Just Shippuden, yeah.
700 episodes, like, total, and...
Is Naruto versus Sasuke.
Yeah.
They beat Kaguya, everything's going good, and they're just like, yeah, I can't wait to get some ramen, and then Sasuke's like, but can you catch these hands, though?
And Naruto's like, what are you talking about, bro? We
just won. The war's over, we won. It's like, not like, everybody sleep right now? It's just us right now? Yeah, we throwing hands right now.
Sasuke was an asshole, honestly.
Kinda.
Like, they could have awoken everybody and then been like, okay, if I die in this fight, Naruto, I'll give it up to you. You won. But, like, if I die, Naruto, you lose still. Like, Naruto had no choice but to not kill Sasuke. Because only Sasuke could, like, him and Sasuke could, like...
Yeah, Sasuke himself could have undone it if he would have taken the chakra from all the tailed beasts, which he could do because he had the Renegon.
He did.
So he was just like, yeah, like, I know that I can still do it, but you probably can't.
And he could have just, like, taken Naruto's chakra, like how Hashirama, or Madara took Hashirama's, like, Sage Mode.
Yeah.
Just do the same thing. Put it into Naruto and been like, Sage Mode.
But I do gotta say, I love that opening, the opening to the fight where they're, like, running at each other and they're, like, slowly aging up. Like,
it's going through the
through their, like, stages of life. Yeah. And, like, ooh.
That was good because they did like the whole taijutsu thing, going into weapons, and then like it's showing them how they progress basically, like and like using their bigger and bigger jutsus. Like it was my favorite part though is like when Sasuke uses the infernal stabs, the blades, and Naruto's like, caught it, bitch, and then he like chucks him, and then he does like the fireball in the air, and then catches the fireball, and Sasuke's like, nope, and he like throws him.
I do think
that was really cool.
I do think that, and this is just my opinion, I think in that whole fight, Naruto is stronger than Sasuke. And, like, the point being, Sasuke wants to kill Naruto. Naruto has no intention or want to kill
only has
Sasuke.
half of Kurama
and only has half of the QB. Half of them.
Sasuke has the other 9 or 8.5.
Yeah, like, and so, if during the hand-to-hand thing, if
he would have used Sage Mode...
If Naruto would have whipped out Sage Mode, like, he'd have been bodying Sasuke.
Yeah,
like completely.
Sasuke is really good at taijutsu compared to Naruto, but Sage Mode, Frog Kumite,
yeah.
Like...
Being able to hit Sasuke without having to physically hit him, Sasuke would not have wanted to continue hand-to-hand if he's just like, I swear to God, I'm dodging this dude's fist. Like, he's slowly, deliberately attacking
even
next
Pain
to me.
Was like, I can't do this.
He's like, what the hell is that? Like, we're all watching. All 5 of us are watching. I can't see how he's hitting you. Not even they could block
just on the little, like, Pain radio. Bruh, I don't know how he's doing it. Like,
bruh.
Bruh, why are you losing over there? He's not hitting you.
But, like, they just, like, slowly kept escalating. And I think, I think Sasuke was always the one that would escalate quicker because he'd just be like, all right, let me show you.
Because Naruto was always like, Sasuke would pull out a stronger thing. Naruto's like, nah, and deflects it or like defends against it.
Does something stronger.
And then he pulls out his thing and Sasuke's like, no, I gotta go bigger. And then like they collides and they gotta go bigger and Sasuke's like, okay, let's do this. And then Naruto's like, nope, again. And like it's always Sasuke trying to outbeat Naruto's defense, which it's probably kind of cool because like Indra's like the more attacking god in Legends, and Ashura's like the twin-headed defense thing. But that whole moment when they're in the sky and Naruto's like, I'm losing. Ow!
And then he gets the sage chakra from
fucking fat at like the huge ass tails. Like Kurama's like, you do you, Naruto. I'm just gonna
get this chakra for you.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but like it actually does show that Kurama, like when it's the 3 Kuramas fighting the
Super Susanoo,
and Naruto, and like he knocks all of them away. It shows one Kurama fly off screen and just like it never comes back into the fight. And like
because
I was like,
it was doing the chakra thing.
I never noticed it in like the first time, but after a few times of watching, I've watched that fight so many times. It's good.
It's a good fight to just watch again.
Yeah, but like that was crazy when he's just like, all right, it's all coming to you, and like I just love how huge his tails were. Like they weren't long tails anymore; they were fat chakra tails.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Holy shit, Kurama! You were charging this much!" And then they pull out like the double Rasengan, like the light and darkness Rasengan.
Of course, it was just big Rasengans. Like,
but like, what were those Rasengan? It was literally like the power of light and darkness versus lightning.
A big old lightning chakra arrow.
Lightning arrow, which it was strong, but I think the explosion that happened afterwards was mostly the 2 Rasen shurikens hitting each other.
Kinda.
There was no way the lightning did that. And then they both fall, and Naruto's like, I can't stop myself, ow! And Sasuke's like,
thud.
Armor, and then thud.
Yep.
Sasuke had the better landing, honestly, but Naruto, he thick.
He a thick boy, yeah. Naruto can take way more punishment than Sasuke can.
In that whole scene that proceeded thereafter, just of them beating the literal shit out of each other.
They're just like, we're out of chakra, we're just gonna, like, one of us is gonna fall.
That was the best animation of the whole series.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what are you talking about? The Pain fight. Pain versus Sage Naruto.
Get the fuck out. You're fired. Yeah, but I loved and hated when they were just beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it was like one of those things of just like, they're both dedicated to win, but guys, come on.
Their fucking like teeth flying out, or Naruto's teeth flying out.
Yeah,
and like
they got a huge puffy eye.
Yeah. And then like finally when they're like Naruto like does the counter against his,
right when his Sharingan goes out, he uppercuts him.
Yeah, I think that was just pure luck. It was not a counter. That was pure luck that his Sharingan disappeared and he flinched. And Naruto's like, I'll go for this punch anyway. If it lands, it lands.
I think that Naruto kind of knew. He was like, we're both really low on chakra. I can see that his eye is like on, and he's got the Chidori going. So it's like, that's why he looked him right in the eye, because he's like, you try and use Genjutsu, it's gonna run out, and I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see your eye go from red to black.
Do you think Sasuke tried to use Genjutsu right there, and that's why it flickered out?
Because he saw Naruto making direct eye contact with him, so I guess, he tried to get that little boost that he could.
He might have like tried to like stall Naruto for like half a second.
He's just
he's like, I didn't have that chakra. Boom! And then he flings him against the fucking wall and like indents, and like that whole scene where it was like Sasuke's in that the crater in the wall is exactly the same as when they were kids and Sasuke had the hand wings.
Yeah.
And then Naruto was on the ground with like his
one cloak.
Yeah, his one tail cloak.
So that's like,
it was a really good parallel to like the beginning of their hatred fight to the last hatred fight.
Yeah, and then they blew up their arms with the Chidori Rasengan.
I mean, after you do the Chidori versus Rasengan 5 times in your lifetime, your bones get a little bit weak.
Just a little bit.
And Naruto going, Rasengan! On every single enemy he ever fought.
Yeah.
Like, your arm... Like, Kakashi did say when he made the Rasen Shuriken, like, Naruto, you gotta be careful. This could destroy your arm if you hit somebody with it. And he hit a lot of people with it. I think
it was because it was the wind Rasengan.
Yeah.
That was the one that he would
had a lot of
destroy
force
his arm
to
with.
it.
No, it was like he would still get the effect of the micro chakra cuts.
10 billion fucking paper cuts. But yeah, they blew up their arms. And then they were best friends because Sasuke's like, I was actually a dick. I'm sorry.
It was like, man, he can whoop my ass.
Naruto, I love Naruto's thought process when they wake up. He's like, alright, Sasuke, we still going at it. Let's fight. And Sasuke's like, we're done, bruh. It's over. I give up. Stop.
So he just gets up and just smacks him with one arm.
They were bleeding out and about to die, though. Sakura
didn't
show up.
Sakura showed up, and they're just, like, healing him, and is like, how long is this gonna take? He's like, shut the fuck up. He's like, do you see all this around here? Do you think you have any chance of fighting either of us, even right now? Like...
But I did love the fact that their blood from their missing arms was holding hands. Yeah. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. That's it for the Naruto fights.
Yeah, that's just kind of our general podcast on it. Because we're just dorks, just having a fun time. If y'all want anything more in depth,
we'll do it.
We'll comment about it. Just say so. Just be like, hey, do this one.
Yeah, I do. I want to go over something real fast. This is probably gonna be a longer podcast, probably like 15 more minutes. Oh, where did it go?
Uh-oh.
There it is. I got some theoretical fights I want to ask you about, like who would win style, and we can debate that.
Don't be ashamed if I'm like immediately like, oh, it's this one.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. All right, so first Itachi versus Shisui.
What stages?
Their Anbu stages when they were still alive.
They were still alive. It was already stated that Shisui was like better or stronger than Itachi at that time.
Okay.
And it was like he already had the Mangekyo because Itachi didn't get the Mangekyo until a little bit until Shisui died. So it's like if they're both alive, they're both in the Anbu. Shisui is better, but like if we're talking about like
their primes,
right when Itachi gets the Mangekyo, I gotta say because Shisui's Genjutsu would be better, and I believe it would still affect Itachi because it still affected him later when he used it and he was reanimated.
But do you think because Itachi knows about it?
Because he was willing to it? Yeah, see, that's something that I don't know. Like, does willingness to a jutsu, like to a genjutsu, make it better? So it's like, I imagine, this is something that I thought was really like weird and different, but like, if they were to use jutsu differently, so like Itachi goes to like nursing homes and he puts like people that are in comas into into the Tsukuyomi so that they can do stuff.
No,
like,
he puts them into that fucking the one where he stabs them on a crucifix.
No, he can control what the genjutsu is.
What was that jutsu called? I forget the.
No, that was still Tsukuyomi. He just made it to where Kakashi got stabbed for a long time.
72 hours.
But no, he could use it for good or like other things. But it's like, do they have to be willing to it, or is it just it's strong enough to take this person's mind over?
I think it has to be like a focus, though, right? To actively control that universe with your mind.
I think you can just kind of set a thing.
Okay.
Because like, especially because of the time dilation of like, you know, he can make the genjutsu longer than real life.
Yeah.
And if his mind would have to be moving that much faster to be able to keep up with it that was the case.
Right.
But in this instance, I totally think Shisui.
Okay. Now, next. I'm really interested in this one because Jiraiya versus like alive and no Hashirama cells Madara. Like back when Madara versus Hashirama days, back in those days, that Madara versus all-powerful Jiraiya.
I do gotta say, I don't think
Sage Mode Jiraiya?
I don't think Jiraiya has anything big enough in his arsenal to deal with Susanoo.
You don't? Okay.
I think he's got some pretty good things. I think if it wasn't for perfect Susanoo, I think the lesser versions of the Susanoo, I think he could probably handle with something, like, you know, because he can summon the giant frogs. But I don't think the giant frogs...
He has the giant frogs. He's got his ultimate Sage Mode where he has the two on his shoulders.
Yeah, but that's still incomplete.
No, that's the complete version.
No, like, that's because Jiraiya cannot be a perfect Sage. He has to combine with those two to get to that level.
Oh.
So that's why they have to combine with him, because he can't do perfect Sage. It was the reason why Naruto did it, is because, like, that means that he became stronger than Jiraiya because he was able to do that.
I thought they tried to combine with him to make him the perfect Sage, but Kurama didn't let the Toads combine with him. I thought that was the thing. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You saying Madara?
I'm saying Madara. I don't think Jiraiya, just like, if he didn't have, like, okay, so we're talking no Rinnegan, right?
Yeah.
Because if he's got the Rinnegan and all the other bullshit,
just
like,
Mangekyo.
Just the Mangekyo, I can't see him being able to beat perfect Susanoo. Right. I think the levels below perfect Susanoo he would be able to handle with like medium degrees of efficiency, but like still struggle. Yeah. But once he pulls out perfect Susanoo, I just don't think he's got anything to compete with that.
Alright.
Just nothing big enough, hard hitting enough to get through that. Especially if all 5 of the Kage together couldn't.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Jiraiya could beat all 5 of the Kage fighting at the same time.
Well, no, he also didn't have 25 clones with Susanoo Jiraiya as well, you know.
Yeah, and it's like, if he could still pull that off, like, if Madara could still pull that off after being fully revived, there's definitely no way.
Okay. Well.
But that would be a good fight. I think that would be a very interesting fight.
Okay. How about 4th Hokage, just prime
Prime alive.
No Kurama.
Yeah, no Kurama. Before Kurama attacks. So he's alive.
Yeah. Versus the second Hokage, Prime alive.
The second Hokage? Okay.
So, like, the two teleporting ninja.
Let's see.
Because we've seen that the second Hokage has, like, all his water jutsus, and, like, he's probably the best water jutsu user in the entire series, honestly, because we haven't seen many water jutsu users.
Zabuza.
He was strong!
Yeah. I gotta say, just in my opinion, because he's got the Rasengan, and he's got better teleporting. Like, it was stated that, the second Hokage was like, oh, so you
the second Hokage did have to use a hand sign to teleport, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but Minato could just do it. And it's like, they both have shadow clones, so they're equal in that regard.
Yeah.
So they can both use the shadow clone jutsu, but...
Second Hokage made the shadow clone jutsu, apparently.
Yeah, but, like, with the whole...
He made that entire forbidden jutsu scroll.
Yeah. Like, with better teleports... And the Rasengan, I don't think the second Hokage has, like, great defensive abilities. So, like, if he gets hit by the Rasengan, I believe it'd be a teleporting battle. It'd be like Dragon Ball Z up in this bitch. Just like, pew, 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 and, like, whichever one could get a tag on the other one.
Ooh, yeah. I think they both they would sacrifice themselves to be like, okay, and just rush each other and, like, get a tag on both. Just, like, they know he wants a tag, and he knows he wants a tag. So they both get the tag, and they're just like, better man wins, you know? I feel like that's what would happen.
That, and the fourth Hokage does have Sage Mode.
Yeah.
He can use Sage Mode.
Apparently very strong, but I would say back then it was probably very weak.
I mean, it was probably if we're talking about Prime, like, before he died, he wants to chalk it up of, like, oh, I'm not very good at Sage Mode, but, like, if you rewatch it, he's just like, oh, yeah, I can use Sage Mode. I'm not very good at it, though. Closes his eyes, open his eyes, like, perfect Sage. It's just like, dude, don't lie to us. Like, that took Naruto a lot of hard work to be able to do. We know what that takes, and you just closed your eyes, and he's got to focus for, like, a few minutes.
He didn't have any arms, so he wasn't doing nothing.
But still, like, I think... he activates Sage Mode, then it's over for the second Hokage. I do.
We don't know if the second Hokage had any Sage Mode at all.
We didn't see any evidence of it, so it's probably no.
Okay.
It's probably no. Like, Hashirama even pulled it out during the reanimated fight, but Tobirama didn't.
Yeah. Which I think that was weird. How did Hashirama use Sage Mode while not alive, but Madara couldn't use the Sage Mode while...
Oh, he can't absorb nature chakra. He had to absorb the chakra from Hashirama. And he didn't do that until after he became alive again.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He just...
he never had the Sage chakra while he was dead.
Yeah, because while he was dead, Madara was like, oh, Hashirama's here. Yeah, let's fight. This is going to be hype. And Hashirama's like, I'll deal with you later, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on. I got world-ending problems over here.
Alright. So... Fourth Hokage.
Yeah.
I would give it the same. I didn't say mine before.
Sage Mode, Rasengan, better teleporting. Yeah. So
just to give you my I would think Shisui would win, and also Madara versus Jiraiya, Madara would win. Yeah. But then fourth Hokage probably versus second, and then last one, adult Obito. If he would have just been in the Leaf Village, just like he has Mangekyo.
Both Mangekyos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Versus Sasuke, adult.
With the Rinnegan?
With the Rinnegan.
Sasuke.
One arm.
Still Sasuke. Like,
you really?
Still Sasuke. Yeah, the Rinnegan is extremely fucking strong.
But he doesn't use anything but his Rinnegan ability. He doesn't use, like, the chakra absorption or anything like that.
Perfect Susanoo. Like, he's still got perfect Susanoo.
Obito would have perfect Susanoo as well. That's the thing. And Kamui Shuriken.
That Rinnegan, though. Okay. I believe Sasuke could absorb the Shuriken, the Kamui Shuriken.
Or he could just dodge it, I guess, with his Rinnegan. Look at the very back one and be like, I'm over there now.
Or it's like, imagine Obito pulls out his Susanoo, but because Sasuke can absorb chakra, he just uses his teleport thing to teleport right next to it, and then just like touches the foot and just sucks in all that chakra.
Yeah. Okay, how about we say Sasuke has 2 arms but no Rinnegan, just a Mangekyo. Perfect.
Just the perfect Mangekyo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be more of a fair fight.
Do they both have perfect Susanoo, or just like their levels of Susanoo?
They'd both have perfect by then. Because they're both full adults and they know how to use Susanoo.
Okay.
Because Sasuke's been using it since he was fucking 16, and Obito probably would have been using it since he was probably 20 or something.
I gotta say that, okay, no, because I was gonna say that Obito had no defense for Amaterasu, but he's got Kamui that he can use.
He can absorb basically anything or just dodge for 5 minutes.
Yeah, but that also means that he can't attack.
Yeah.
I think that battle would come down to how much information they have about each other.
They would know each other pretty well, I think, because if
I think
Obito was in the village, like being a normal human being, he probably would have been Team 7's leader.
Okay.
Or Hokage.
Yeah. So it would be safe to assume that Sasuke would know about either the time limit on it or that he can't attack.
Yeah.
While stuff is passing through him.
Would Sasuke have anything to explode for 5 minutes, basically?
I think he could do like a flamethrower thing with a fire jutsu, but that might be about... I mean, Amaterasu, he can just kind of...
That's a lot of chakra and a lot of bloody eyes. But flame control, though, I guess would be a thing he could do, and just kind of make a flaming ball and just hover it inside his body while he's trying to move around.
So it's just like, oh, if you want to attack me, you gotta let this fire touch you.
Yeah. I think it would be a close draw, honestly.
I do think it would be pretty close. Although, I would say that Sasuke probably would beat him in terms of, speed.
Ooh, yeah, probably. Combat-wise, I think Sasuke's probably more versed.
Mm-hmm. That one's kind of close. The other ones are pretty dead set of this guy's probably gonna win. But with this one, not certain.
Yeah.
Uncertain outcome.
Yeah.
But
I wish we had more info on Obito, because they always showed him in pictures and stuff of him being Leaf Village Hokage or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's what? Why is he so strong to be the Hokage?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's an Uchiha, but if the other Uchiha were alive, I don't think he would have been able to beat Itachi.
Yeah.
Because he was an okay Uchiha, but Shisui and Itachi, if there wasn't all that bullshit going on with the Uchiha,
yeah, they would have been a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And Obito, sure, you can't get hurt ever, but how are you gonna protect the village with that?
Yeah, can you Kamui the rest of the village?
Honestly though, anyone who tries to attack, you're gone.
Yeah.
Looks at them, instant teleportation, because double Kamui is apparently
super fast.
Super fast. Faster than Kaguya could chuck a spear.
Yeah.
So, that's your frame of reference for speed. Yeah, that's mostly all I got. I got a few other ones, but I don't think they're that good, so we're not going to use them. Do you want to?
One. At least one.
Okay.
Were you embarrassed?
I got 3 more, but we'll do... Alright, I like Datara, so we'll do this.
Oh, God.
You don't like Datara?
Go on.
Datara versus Sasori.
Oh, the puppet guy?
Puppet guy, because they were teammates.
Okay,
One throws a bunch of detonating clay versus 100 puppets. See, I didn't like it, so...
I mean, this is kind of... If it turns into a battle of attrition, it's whichever one runs out of stuff first. If Datara runs out of... Because, I imagine...
He does have, a limited amount of clay.
Yeah, that's, and Sasori, he probably has a lot of puppets, but he doesn't have an infinite amount of puppets. So it's if Datara's blowing up his puppets and Sasori is sending his puppets to go get him, I imagine Datara's probably flying around, too.
C2 Dragon.
So he's probably pretty fast.
Uh-huh.
And, the puppets, they're probably pretty fast, too, but he's probably, they would probably destroy the puppets just as fast, because, he would either have to divert attention to attack Sasori directly, which would, leave him kind of vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
But it would all depend who ran out of what first. Like, is Datara going to run out of clay first, or is Sasori going to run out of puppets first?
Alright.
Because, like, if Datara has more clay and he's able to blow up those puppets, he'll eventually break through his defenses. And then vice versa. Like, if dude runs out of clay, like, the puppets will eventually get him.
But do you think Datara... I think Sasori would win when he does his, like, I'm a puppet mode, where he's got, like, his super flamethrower and, like, the coil spear thing that he can somehow control autonomously.
Yeah. I do think if he summoned the puppet of the... What was it? The
first
Kazekage?
First Kazekage.
Yeah, with the metal sand and stuff.
Yeah, his father, apparently.
Yeah. I think that would probably be enough. Because if he had a way to attack Datara with something that he couldn't blow up...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that... actually seeing that he has that at his disposal, I do think Sasori would win.
Alright.
Because he pulls out the metal sand, and it's like, yeah, you can blow it up, but it's not going away.
You're right.
And then he'll eventually run out of his clay.
Yeah, I think that'd be the deciding factor. Or he just commits seppuku and does his giant nuke
explosion.
Yeah.
But, like, any kind of suicide attack isn't really a win in my book.
It's not. Alright. Well, hope you guys enjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
That's been the episodes. If you guys have some theoretical battles...
Or if you guys want more Naruto content, this is just something that, we just felt like doing because we loves it.
We'll probably be talking about different animes in the next episodes.
Or just probably
video games.
Probably My Hero, like that.
I really want to do My Hero or Overlord.
Which Overlord is the best.
There's a few other animes I want to do, but I know Clinton's not going to want to do, like Bleach or One Piece. Sadly.
I got that kind of time to watch those kind of things. Like, that's so much.
One Piece is my favorite anime.
But isn't it like 800 episodes?
It's closer to 900, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot to do.
On what is it? Crunchyroll, it has like 1,000 episodes because there's all the filler. But also Demon Slayer. We gotta talk about that too.
Okay, I could probably do that. There's not a lot of episodes in that.
Yeah, but thank you guys for watching, and
oh yeah,
talk to you guys in the next one.
Peace out.